All right, so this time, so last time we learned like the history of corn, where it came from, what about it, all those things.
Science of corn.
Now it's the science of corn, exactly. So we've got the science of corn this time, but we learned that it was in so many different things.
Like the purple corn.
The purple corn,
The
yeah.
rainbow corn.
The rainbow corn, red, blue corn.
The yellow dent number 2.
Yes, Avery! Yes, the yellow dent number 2. Do you remember why it's called yellow dent number 2? I was like, your mama looked it up.
Because I'm thinking of like a dent somewhere on its surface.
Yes, yay! It's working, guys. Yes, because it has a dent in the kernel. So yellow dent number 2, right? And that's like all the corn, 10% of the world. That was that key. Lily kept telling us 10%, y'all, 10%. Okay, so this time we're going to learn the science of corn. What's up, Avery?
And it's 10% like
Of what?
10% like crops or something.
Yes! Yes, it's 10% of the entire crop of the world.
And there's
Right.
a lot of food made out of it.
A lot of food. What's going to happen if, what did I say is kind of dangerous about 10% of the world's crop being the same crop? Do you remember? What could happen? You got it, Avery? Okay.
If a disease goes on one, then it's gonna just keep dying.
Girl, yes. If a disease happens to that corn, that's 10% of the entire world's food and like material that we use, right? So they might, I told you guys, you have to become engineers so you can figure out how to stop this even though it hasn't happened yet, right? You've got to figure out how do we make our corn be able to withstand everything. Gotcha? Can you tell Mom Cam that her camera's going off? Thank you, Sandra. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Oh, I put my laptop back here. I don't usually do that. All right, let me move it. Okay, here we go. Science of corn. Okay, what are some things you remember that were made with corn? Okay, wait. I'm gonna go here. What's made with corn? What'd you say? Millet. Oh, like a meal, like cornmeal. Yes. Okay. Yes. Scarlett. Corn salsa. Yeah, because we've made that. Avery.
Like corn on the screen it says diapers and cornstarch.
Diapers and cornstarch. And other things.
Corn syrup.
And corn syrup, right? Diapers. We'll get into it. Yeah. What else, guys? Give me one more. One more thing made from corn. What you got? Corn chips, like tortilla chips. What you got? Tell me your name. Yes. Popcorn. Yeah, the kernels turn into popcorn. And spoiler alert, we're using popcorn today.
You pour water on the kernels and it turns hot.
We'll talk about that. We will talk about that. Yes, I'll tell you what happens. Okay, so there's some things that we have that we know are made with corn, but then we have like all those weird things, and I'll get into that because it was on that last slide of our last lesson, right? Okay, here are some characteristics of corn, okay? Does anybody want to read any of these characteristics? A softener, yes. Avery, what you got?
Thickener.
A thickener, yeah. A coating, Adrian. A binder. And it's abrasive. Exactly. Yeah, that was a tough one too. Yeah, and it's abrasive. So these are some, there's lots more traits that have to do with corn, but these are some that we're going to work with today. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's a binder. Does anybody know what a binder is before we keep going? What do you got, Avery?
It's a thing that can hold pictures and
Like a physical binder. I was with you, Avery. Yeah, and that's true. There is a binder that holds things in your, like if you're in school.
Different binder?
A different binder. Anybody else have any other ideas of what a binder is? What am I doing? Yeah, it holds them together. It holds things together, so it binds them together, okay? So a binder. And then we've got a coating, so like you're outside, putting something on the outside of you, right? A coating. And you've got a thickener. We know what that means. What does it mean?
Coating means like the silk coats the corn so that like
That's true. Yes, a coating is like a protective layer so nothing can get
And
through.
the green stuff.
Yeah, and the green stuff. Yeah, what is it? The husk. Yeah. All right, and then so we have a thickener. So if something is very loose and soupy, if you add cornstarch to it, it thickens it up and makes it saucy instead of like watery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can do that to lots of other things. So keep those things in mind.
Can you make like Play-Doh?
I think you can. Yeah, you have to put cornstarch in the Play-Doh that you make. You're right. All right, and then can anybody give me a hint of what you think abrasive is? What's an abrasive? That's a tough one. Does it sound like a positive or negative word?
Negative.
Negative. Yeah, it definitely sounds negative. So an abrasive is something that roughs things up, right? Think like sandpaper. Like the whole point of it is to do some work, do some cleaning. Okay, keep that in mind. And a softener. Gotta make things nice and soft.
That makes them soft.
Yeah.
Like water.
Oh, like a water softener. Yes. Yes, we have heard
Laundry
those together.
detergent.
And laundry detergent.
Makes clothes soft.
Softer. You
Yeah,
know that?
stuff.
You know that.
Like clouds.
Yeah, soft. Okay, all right, so we're going to think of these characteristics, and then you're going to tell me, when I pull up the next things on this slide, what kind of things, what characteristics of corn do you think those things are using, okay? So screenshot this with your eyes. Got it? I'm a visual learner, so that's literal. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, you guys. All right, how do you think these work? Toothpaste, what characteristic do you think? Oh, wait, Lily. You think it's gooey? All right, so like a binder, right? It holds it together. Avery.
Thicken.
A thickener, yeah, okay.
Make them soft.
Makes things soft. Not quite the toothpaste, but what else? What do we do? Why are we using toothpaste, guys?
To clean your
To
teeth.
clean. And what was the characteristic that I said would?
Abrasive.
Abrasive. Yes, corn is used as an abrasive. Yeah. So toothpaste does include corn in it. I'm sure there's some that do not, but
I
it's
eat corn all the time.
strange fact. It's a natural fluoride. So do not tell your kids they're eating too much. There's lots of starch, so it turns into sugar. So there's that too. But so it's kind of like contradictory, like it's sugary, but also can help clean your teeth. I cannot, guys. All right, so then we got toilet paper. All right, characteristic, Avery.
Thickener.
Thickener, nope.
What?
Like, what you got, Adrian?
Softener.
Yes, because you want soft toilet paper. It's a softener. Yeah, because it's nice. It's actually very absorbent. So they mix that in so that it can hold moisture and so that it's a nice, soft, comfy visit to your favorite seat in the house. Okay? Toilet paper. All right, and then hand soap. Oh, Scarlett, you raised first. It's gooey. Yep, so it holds a binder. What else? We use it to wash our hands and we clean. What's that A word? Oh, yes, abrasive. You had it. I saw you were doing the letters in your head. I know you were. An abrasive. Okay, so we got some ideas of this one. So let's look at this next one. Potentially, actually. I wasn't looking. Okay. Yep, it is. So, do you guys know what drywall is?
Wall.
Yep, it's the wall. It's what the wall is made of. How do you think we use it?
It's made out of concrete.
Binder.
It is as a binder, yes.
Because it like paint and wood and stuff mixes together
Uh-huh.
and then makes the wall.
They
and then
make-
makes the wall.
It's like a pasty thing. Like if I had a broken piece that I'm sure I do in the back because we put our walls up, these ones. So we had a couple of mishaps in this bakery. So there are
I'm getting my
probably a
hands
few
ready to
pieces.
get raising.
Yes, but yeah, so if I took this, they usually sell them in real big sheets, you guys. So if I took it down, you could actually break the wall with you could just do this. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
It's
But
that easy?
it's that easy. It really is. It's sad. Yeah. That's why you should be
Then I
very
can go like-
careful.
Or-
Don't be like my husband and fly down the stairs when he was little. And come
I
right
didn't
to
even
the wall.
I
Yes.
didn't even remember that.
Oh no. Yeah, so drywall. So it's a binder in your drywall. This one's really interesting for tires. Okay, what you got?
Abrasive?
It's not an abrasive. This one we
Wait,
kind
I
of
think I got it.
we kind of talked about, and then there's
Oh,
some
I
new
know,
things.
I
What do you
know.
got, Maddie? What are you thinking? You're thinking What do you think? What do you think is in the tires that's corn?
The rubber.
In the rubber. It's mixed in the rubber. Crazy, right? As like a binder. And you want to know what else it's used for in the
You said
tire?
it's weird.
It is weird. What you got, Lily? As paint. Not as paint, but it does go on the outside also. What you got, Avery?
Soccer? Is that the
Kind
weird
of,
one?
right? That's kind of, it says I didn't really talk about it. Tires have corn in them. It helps them to be flexible. Crazy, guys. All the things. I learn so much every time I do a lesson. And so that they can be flexible, and they put corn oil on the outside finish because it helps grip. Yeah, I'm like, corn is for real everywhere, guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking? What's making your wheels turn? What is it?
It's dry in the outside,
Yep.
but it's not dry in the inside.
It's not, because it has to hold that moisture so that your tire doesn't dry out, right? Because if your tire dried out, it would
It'll
break.
pop.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our drywall, it would just go, pff, right? And we don't need that.
Thickener?
A thickener, yeah, it is used to thicken that rubber. So they mix it into the rubber. Yeah, and then did you know that there's also like, so I love how it's made. I don't know if you've ever watched this show, but if you ever wondered how candy's made, right? If you're making candy, they have a mold. So let's make gummy bears together, right? So they have this mold. It has all these gummy bears cut into the mold, this metal mold. What they do is that they pour the gummy liquid in, which probably has corn in it, now that we think about it, right? They pour the gummy liquid in, and then they put another mold on top, but inside of the mold is cornstarch. So weird. It's cornstarch because they can make the molds, they push it down into the cornstarch and make it into a mold. So it's not even like a metal like mold. It's a cornstarch mold, guys. Made of cornstarch. You can literally make a gummy bear out of your handprints with this thing. Yeah, it just does whatever the mold is, and then they pour it in.
I don't get what you're saying because you're doing it imaginary.
It is imaginary. You're right. Okay, let me try to make this very visual. Okay, so if you had a powder of cornstarch, it looks like baby powder but thick, right? On this conveyor belt, right? What they do is they take a big stamp that has a whole bunch of gummy bears that are metal, and the gummy bears press into your baby powder cornstarch and come on. So then what's left is gummy bear prints, right? But it's just into the powder. So then they come back and they put the gummy liquid into the press that it just did. And then when it sets up, it's gummy bears. So then they just reuse the cornstarch again. Yep. Again and again and again until they have to replace it. Yep. And then this was one that we haven't talked about. Fireworks. I don't know. This is one of the characteristics that we did not talk about. Let me go back and you guys can look to see which one have we not talked about.
Oh,
What?
coating?
A coating, okay? This one's tough, so you might not understand this, but our parents will. So when we take, and y'all still take liquid medicine, but when you get older, you take pills,
I
right?
took pills already.
Oh, you're good,
I
because
took
it took me a
pills
long
already.
time to get there. Yeah, and so your pills, do you want, if you're feeling really bad, do you want your medicine to be immediate but then be used all up? No, you want to feel good for a while, right? So they put a coating on it, so like a painkiller, because like I have bad knees, so sometimes I take Tylenol, right? So I take the Tylenol, and for it to last the 4 to 6 hours that it says, it has a coating on the outside. A lot of times it's made with corn, and it will slowly break down in your body to slowly add the painkiller for the 4 to 6 hours, right? That's how it works. How do you think that applies to fireworks? Now that I said all that, what you got?
It's dry and it does have dynamite in it.
Nope, it does. Yep, it has dynamite. But how does having a coating apply to fireworks?
When like coat something over like a hard thing, and then that's what makes it explode and then look like something in the sky.
Kind of. Do we want all of the fireworks? You know how sometimes fireworks shoot up and they have different colors that come out at different times?
Yeah.
Do we want all of our fireworks to go off at the same time, all the colors at the same time, all the things? No, because then we wouldn't want to see that show. It'd be done like that. So they have a coating on some of the firework pieces that protects it until it's time for it to explode.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So like the liquid protects it.
Yep.
And it has some strong thing.
Yep, so it has a minute and it has some time to make a very great fireworks show. All right, so those are the things in our lives that are made with corn. This is some big stuff here, okay? There's some key words as well, all right? Enzymes, okay. Fermentation and oxygenate, okay? So an enzyme is something that quickens the process. There's lots of enzymes in our bodies, like if we want to